Hello and welcome to Poetry in Style. So today we're gonna talk about a poet called W.H Auden, Winston Hugh Auden. He was a British American poet. He was born on the 21st of February 1907 in York, Yorkshire, England, and passed away on the 29th of September 1973 in Vienna, Austria. Today we're gonna look at a poem called If I Could Tell You, a poem I really like. We're gonna look at it together and I'm gonna explain why I really like that poem. If I Could Tell You by W.H Auden. Time will say nothing but I told you so. Time only knows the price we have to pay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. If we should weep when clowns put on their show, if we should stumble when musicians play, time will say nothing but I told you so. There are no fortunes to be told, although, because I love you more than I can say. If I could tell you, I would let you know. The winds must come from somewhere when they blow. There must be reasons why the leaves decay. Time will say nothing but I told you so. Perhaps the roses really want to grow. The vision seriously intends to stay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. Suppose all the lions get up and go, and all the brooks and soldiers run away. Will time say nothing but I told you so? If I could tell you, I would let you know. If I could tell you, I would let you know. What a beautiful poem. This poem by W.H Auden is what we call a villanelle. What is a villanelle? It's a 19-line poem with 5 tercets and 1 quatrain. I don't know, I'm not sure to say that word in English, but tercets, what are tercets? They are like stanzas with 3 lines, and quatrain is a stanza with 4 lines. If you check the poem again, you will see that it's true, and that's the way it is written. At the end of each, you remember at the end of the first stanza, if I could tell you, I would let you know. At the end of, because you have time only knows the price we have to pay. Time will say nothing, but I told you so. Time only knows the price we have to pay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. Then time will say nothing, but I told you so. If I could tell you, I would let you know. Time will say nothing, but I told you so. If I could tell you, I would let you know. You see, the first stanza has this line, he finishes with it line. The second stanza finishes with time will say nothing but I told you so. The third one, if I could tell you, I would let you know. And again, which creates a musicality, which creates a repetition. It's beautiful in terms of aesthetic. It is simple in appearance, but it might not be easy to write. Now, the funny thing of the repetition of these last lines is that it makes you think about things. It makes you reflect on what the poet wants to show. In that case, it's interesting. It talks about the time. Time will say nothing, but I told you so. Time only knows the price we have to pay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. But this expression, I told you so. I told you so. Time only knows the price we have to pay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. But I can't tell you. If I could tell you, shows how not powerful you are, powerless you are. If we should weep when clowns put on their show, if we should stumble when musicians play, time will say nothing, but I told you so. We made a decision, but maybe we should have made another decision. Time will say nothing, but I told you so. There are things about the winds must come from somewhere when they blow. There must be a reason why the leaf decays. Something happens. There might be a reason why that thing happened. The wind comes from somewhere. The leaves decay for a reason. And again, this time will say nothing, but I told you so. Again, that same sentence at the end. This poem is about something simple, yet very profound. We don't know what's going to happen, really. We don't have that power to know exactly how tomorrow will be, good or bad. We don't know. But the only thing we should do, you know, is just do things. Because uncertainty is always going to be there. And that's only my own interpretation of the poem, but the only certainty we have is what we want to achieve and what we can do to achieve that. Perhaps the roses really want to grow. The vision seriously intends to stay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. If I could tell you, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you. So just live your life. And that's funny because this repetition, this musicality of the poem means just live your life. We don't know. Stop worrying. And you look at that musicality, just that repetition of the poem, these lines, the simplicity of the lines, but they're so well written, so perfectly written, and they deliver that simple message, yet very profound and powerful. Stop worrying, because we don't know. We can't predict what will happen in the future. We can't predict how things will be. So just live your life and build it up. You know, build up, do your best to create that future you want. You know. But it might not be exactly how you planned it, and that's okay, because that's what life is about. This uncertainty is actually beautiful when you think about it. Time will say nothing, but I told you so. If I could tell you, I would let you know. Enjoy your night and drink your coffee. I actually saw this coffee was going to taste like that, and it tasted like I thought it was going to taste. But who knows? Anyways, I hope you have a good evening, a good day, whatever, and enjoy coffee or whatever you drink.